Well, it's a Tractor Tuesday. Hit that subscribe button. We're about to go to an antique tractor pull, and it's been a year since I've been here. Erie County, Pennsylvania type, not New York. At Wattsburg, Pennsylvania. So let's go. We're going to see probably some different pullers. You do get an overlap. Some of the Sagertown pullers will be here. And speaking of puller, Greg the Puller Fuller will be here too. And probably burnouts for long. Well, I made it. That means you made it. And here comes a wide front Farmall. And we're going to definitely have Farmall versus John Deere, because when I come over here, Nick Brace just dismounted his John Deere. But there goes a Super M. That's got an international front end on it. We'll see how he does in a minuto. We got an Chalmers WD-45 Little Bent Motorsports, and we've seen this tractor pull, and pull well it does. Minneapolis Moline Z, and that may be Greg the Puller Fuller's. I cannot remember, but we'll run into him anyways. Beast of a Farmall right there. Snyder Farm. We got an H key, and I think I just saw this float by. Oh, the M. This is gonna be Rose. What's your first name? I don't know. He had a C a couple of years ago at the Albion Fair. We saw this tractor pull in Meadville a week or two ago. And then we know about the husband and wife team. Here's the beautiful cockshots. 30, 50, 40. And there you go, and I'm walking and gawking. Somebody said, is it a trespasser walk and gawk? Another H. We're gonna see if at least a couple H's pull tonight. Farmall M. Emski, another H. She in her work clothes, and she got the caribou lichens on the deck, but that's okay. She's gonna get it done. And here's the UB. This has got to be Greg the Puller Fuller's. And no, I'm not using a gimbal, so I'm probably rocking and rolling. Here we go with this Chalmers CA. I hope it's the same guy, older guy. But this thing, if this is the same tractor that pulled at Sagertown, it pulls like a beast. And nobody got it, very few people, but CA stands for California, and this is a Nancy Pelosi special. And there you go. We got an Oliver Row Crop 88, good looking tractor, pull like a beast. We got a 66. We just saw a 66 sell at the WTC auction, and a lot of assembly required, and that thing went for 950 bucks. We got a Super 66, another Super 66, and there's an Oliver, I believe that's going to be a 60 backing in right there. And there's some more tractors around here that you know, some of them are parked over yonder, and I do see a Mini there, looks like a couple John Deere's, and there's the Zamboni. And I can tell you, I don't know what I'm standing on, a bog or what, but when that roller goes by, you can feel the earth shake. So that thing ought to be labeled the Earth Shaker. And we'll be getting pulling here. I'm sure that they'll be ready come 7. We'll be going from north to south. Last year they had 2 lanes going, and boy, it looks pretty sloppy tonight. Shit, maybe they'll have 2 lanes tonight. I don't know. But what happened was we've been dry for about 2-3 days, and then we got buckets upon buckets for about 2 hours, and it created this. Now, I want to say something in that you could come to the Wattsburg Fair. We haven't had rain in 3 months, and it'd still be wet. So, yep, we'll be pulling in a minute. Well, here you go, the husband and wife team. Now, when did you pick this up? You can eat on camera.
Gotta fill my stomach.
Right, people
my wife's not cooking for me.
Hey, I got news. The viewers,
yes,
they eat too.
All right.
They eat too.
On camera.
Right.
I picked this up end of March.
Okay.
Rockwood, PA, south of Somerset.
Did you steal it?
I think I got a good deal on it.
Well,
you know, not steal, but I paid the guy a fair price.
Now, did I get this on camera down in Sagertown?
My grandson pulled it there, so maybe.
Okay. Okay.
Remember?
All right.
It was summer show. Then my wife is pulling these two.
Yeah. Well, we've seen this pull.
Yeah,
That
she's
thing's
pulling the fire breather.
Yeah, that thing goes beast mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna see the previously known as Canadian Olivers. Highly corrected.
Gino.
Wait. Highly corrected.
We've been through this before.
I said formerly known. Hey, highly corrected at the auction.
I have the books at home to prove it.
And I will put the link in the description down below for that video so you guys can learn the history of the cockshut and not call them Canadian Olivers.
Mm-hmm. Although there is an Oliver tie-in.
They're not Canadian Oliver.
I know, he was just saying they were formerly known as.
She's reiterating.
Huh?
She's reiterating the fact that they were not Oliver.
Well, I can tell you one thing, an Oliver ain't beating them. I'll bet you that.
They pull well.
They do, yeah.
When you have the right driver in the seat. Right here. This is the professional.
And it's weird because she's lighter than you. The heavier driver should have the advantage.
She has the skill advantage than what I have. I'm just the transportation and the wrench.
Hey, I'm just a guy behind the camera.
Right.
That's it. Well, good luck tonight.
All right, thanks.
All right, so this is the first Ford I've seen here. I don't know what model it is. You Ford guys, let me know. We got a special 44 Massey Harris Super MTA. We know about the Super MTAs and their championship pulls. Got a Super M. There you go, big old carb on that sucker. Another Farmall H. And we got Super MTA, and it's pulling in the 7,000 pound class. So there you go, just some more tractors. And they're gonna hook this year, they're gonna hook there.
Yeah, real picture, I got a John Deere here for you.
Well, let's go. I ain't scared. Well, we got a John Deere diesel 720 here, power steering. He told me, he says, you want a real picture? He says, you got a John Deere here. I was like, well, let's go. I ain't scared. You got green guys on a channel. What's that?
Watch it won't start.
Yeah, I think I've seen you pull before. Yeah, you pulled Waterford last year, didn't you? Yeah, you won that, didn't you?
I think I did.
Yeah. Little pony motor. He's gonna switch it. Wow, there you go. Well, it's been a year, and I don't know to the day, but you should recognize this. This is Greg the Polar Fuller. And he wasn't no joke last year, man. He pulled to Wattsburg. I think they had to stop you, didn't they?
No.
No, they didn't. You stopped yourself? Man, okay. But either way, you won it here. And we're going to see him pull again this year. And what are you expecting for tonight?
I don't really know. It's not running that great. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
I'm pretty confident on this one. I think it'll do right in the
Now,
top three.
I must tell you ahead of time, all right? I didn't know this was your tractor,
It's actually my dad's.
but I walked by it and I said, CA stands for California, and that's a Nancy Pelosi special. Oh, but yeah, what, 3,000 pound division there? And then 6,500?
Yep.
All right, well, here we go. This is our annual. And again, the track's soaking wet, but he's your reigning Wattsburg champ, and we'll be seeing him pull real soon for you guys, not for me. Well, there's Nick Brace getting ready to hook up to the sled with his John Deere R. And that's a nice tractor, admittingly. Real nice machine. We got this sled over here. Doesn't know if it's gonna work or not, but here the Farmall just a revving up. It's antsy, and I'm gonna call that the 2,500 pound division, but Could be 3,000. He's not weighted at all. You'd think he'd be too light to fight and too thin to win, but I saw him pull last year. He did okay. He didn't win it, but there you go. Now he's digging and grinning. Gonna be doing some left brake, right brake. Can't tell if the sled's moving because I'm trying to keep him in the picture. Is it moving? Yeah, it's moving. And this is going to be a good calibration for how far this class is going to pull. And it looks like we got a BN coming up next. And that tractor's doing a lot better than it did last year. Going a miracle mile. The sled's a moving, but it's about ready to call her quits. We're gonna come over here to, sheesh. There you go, we'll switch over here to Nick Brace on his John Deere R. And he's getting it, it's popping. And again, those John Deeres, they start slow and they finish slow, but that particular tractor, I mean, it's a good pulling tractor. And he's still moving. And that sled's moving and he's moving. I don't know why they're not pulling the other sled back and out of my way, but no, it's not a full pull, but he's nose up. He's up, and he's no. She gave him the red flag, and he wasn't done pulling. Well, we're going right back to red power with the Farmall BN, and we're going to see if the BN can outpull the industrial. You truckers call this drop and hook. Us Farmall guys, we call this hook and go. There's the Zamboni. Wow, he's got seats on both sides, big captain's chairs. He ain't playing. And we're going right back here. And there's that 720. There's the BN taking off. He's digging, he's grinning. Oh yeah, lots of speed there. Track's in really good shape for all the rain they've had. They were able to make a nice track. He's going and growing. He hasn't beat the industrial. And I don't think that's going to do it. No, he's still going now, so there's still hope. He's a little light in the loafers up front, but yeah, that's about it. No, decent pull, but yeah, 153. I think that AI went about 160. Well, this is the guy we just talked to, the 720. And boy, if he didn't win last year at Waterford, I would be very surprised. And it looks like he's going to pull against Nick Brace's R. And there he goes. Where he stops, no one knows. But we're about to find out. You know what I mean? Hey, you know what I mean? There he goes. Where he stops, no one knows. I'll tell you what, you ain't gonna move any slower than a John Deere, but he'll be moving the same speed in about 230 feet from now. Sheesh. This is why in school they taught you about the turtle and the jackrabbit in a race, because this is the turtle and he wins in the end. Oh my word. Yeah, that's exactly how I remember that tractor pulling at Waterford last year. I know she's red flag happy, but I got news for her, bad news. She ain't gonna be waving that for a minute, at least. We're gonna see this through because he was an interviewee. And he's going bombastic. Yeah, it skipped a beat. Slow and steady definitely wins the race. I mean, there ain't no end in sight. He's got them tires deflated just perfectly. This guy ain't new to nothing right there. Yeah, you know it. And he's still going. Zamboni's in the way, but don't let that fool you. He hasn't slowed down a bit. And it looks like we got a Hollis Chalmers coming up from the right, but can't take my eyes off the 720 because he's driving a hard bargain. My word. Same speed, same traction. Sled's almost all the way up. He's going to get a full pull if I'm not mistaken. That's going to do it about right there. Yep, and we'll shift right over to this Hollis Chalmers. And I don't know what it is, if it's a B or I don't know. It's not marked on the machine, that's for sure, but he's doing well. Ganny's against that industrial and the BN. And he definitely beat the BN right there, so yeah. Well, here we go with the first female puller of the night. And I do distinctly remember her from last year's pull. And pull well she did. It kind of shocked me. I didn't expect anything out of her. And then all of a sudden, boom. All right, in the other lane, we got a Farmall Super MTA. And we'll see when he pulls back that TA, if he gets momentum going and pulls it back, or if he waits till he almost dies out. And we got the Ford to the right, and I will pan back to her. Oh, that Ford's screaming, man. And she's going to catch him, so I'm not even going to have to pan back. And I'll tell you what, I'll be surprised. You know, the Fords, they come out like that fast, and then all of a sudden they up and die immediately. But she's going and growing, and she isn't even lifted in the front end at all. Yep. There you go. I'm going to go down and get on the other end so we can get the tail end of things. I wanted to get at least a few hookups. But she definitely just won that class, if it indeed is the same class as the industrial. And she's just up just now. She outpulled them other tractors in her class by at least 10 feet. That thing went nuts. Old Ford, first on race day. Well, here we go. We got our first ollie, and that's a 60 down there. And I'm not wearing my glasses, so even through the camera, I can't really tell where it's at. But hopefully you as a viewer can, and if you can't, blame a viewer. I'm always amazed when I go to blame a viewer how many are in line to take the blame. All right, they're giving him a second pull with that Super MTA, and I don't know what happened. Don't know if the sled malfunctioned or what, but you're going to get a twofer here if I can do it. With the Oliver 60 and the Super MTA. Yep, there you go. Two in the screen. That Super MTA's boogieing right off the camera. I don't even think he's touched that torque amplifier yet. Oh, they're both pulling. Oh yeah, that Super MTA's gone, man. And there he goes, he's about to pull it, and he just did. Oh, they had to adjust that sled because that sled ain't even halfway. And he's 3/4 of the way up the track, and that 60 just stopped. And that's a mean pull right there. Yep. Yeah, that's 255. They just set it, and I think that's going to top it right there. Best pull of the night so far. We got a Massey Ferguson 20. And I don't think I remember seeing this pole last year. I'll tell you as she gets closer. And in the far lane, we got a Super M. And that tractor was previewed as well, so we'll get a look here in just a minute. As soon as they get out of her way, get the green flag going. Well, and there's the Super M. Wide front, got the International wide front on it. He didn't go all Schwartz, and she's down there digging on the Massey 20, but she finally got a grip. She went from the wheels that slipped to the wheel that gripped. She's bringing it. Yep, 2,500 pound class, so if I brought the A over, that's the class I'd be pulling in. Skipping a beat. The only beat it ever skipped was when it started. Oh, you can see the tires are perfectly deflated. Yeah, and there you go. Well, well, well. We got burnouts with Bob in the far lane. And he's on the 560 that won. And it looks like he took some front weights off since Crawford. But I believe that is the tractor. Farmall versus John Deere, and he won. So we'll see. And he's pulling against that cockshot right there. That cockshot 50. So we'll see. We got an Allis Chalmers B in the near lane here. I gotta tell you, those ACs, they pull. Here we go with the 560. Burnouts with Bob. Yeah, you heard it. Old Big Mouth on the announcement. 8,000 pound class. Wearing a green shirt tonight. That's it. We'll hear the distance here in just a second. 275. That's the longest pull of the night right there. That's burnouts with Bob. Now, one thing I'll say about Bob, I doubt that engine stock. Chautauqua County, right there. They were up there at the plow day. I think him and his brother were up there at the plow day, Chautauqua County plow day I did, I don't know, 2 months ago. But anyways, down on the far sled, we got the Cockshot 50. That's the husband and wife team. That's the mechanic of the family. Boy, they picked the right announcer tonight. He's got a rattle mouth. He doesn't stop. I think he snorted some cocaine. And there she is. She's just ready to rip. 275 is what she's got to beat. And Farmall's tough task. Here we go, the Cockshot 50. We've seen this tractor pull a number of times over the years. First time in Albion. Most recently in Sagertown. Thunderous beast. A lot of belly bass. 275, she's got to beat 275. That's that Farmall 560. Slow and steady wins the race. I see her, the front's still down. He's going to get in our way, but she'll still be moving when he passes. Oh, that's a good pull there. Perfect tire inflation too. Deflation, I should say. Now, a few more feet, she's going to take it. Oh, there ain't no slowing down in sight either. And there she goes. She's just spinning right there, and that's a red flag. We'll find out. Let's listen to the distance. Okay, it sounded like she pulled 267 feet. So it looks like Burnouts with Bob's going to take that by about 8 feet. We just saw the Oliver quit right there, but we'll get back on track here in a minute. Well, there he goes. Pulling again. Looks like he's going to be your Wattsburg champ. He was your Crawford County Meadville champ. Different class. He's going to pull against a little bigger tractor, heavier tractor. And actually, this is a different machine. This is the Andy Warren 340 with the 544 engine in it. And I believe that's going to be a 3.9 liter if I'm not mistaken. So got a little more horsepower than regular old 340, but that's it. He bought that. We saw him buy that at that Red Power auction last year. And that's that tractor. That's not a 560. And I gotta tell you, it was, according to Andy, that thing was turning about 80 horse. I think you turn the pump up, you could probably get 100 out of it. And he sped in to win. Red flag right there, that's it. 281 feet with that 340. And I gotta tell you, that's the longest pull of the night. Wow. There we go. We come back to we got another female contestant on the pull is right. She's moving. Sounds thunderous. Oh yeah, she's getting it, man. There ain't no, that tractor ain't shy. That's it. That's a good pull. Yep. 240 feet. That's a good pull in that class. Yep. Well, and there goes that case back. And she just had a mean pull, and now Greg the Polar Fuller will be against her on his Nancy Pelosi special. Well, and it was a year ago today we saw this Hollis Chalmers pull. And we also saw him pull, I believe, in Sagertown, but definitely here, and he's weighted up. And pull well he did, I have to admit, he did really good. A lot of thunder coming out of that belly. All you pumpkin heads are eating this up, I'll bet. WD-45, and he's a leaning back. The front end's down. Getting all his body weight on the drives. He still hadn't slowed down any. Unbelievable. We're gonna, when he stops, we're gonna shift right back to Greg the Polar Fuller on his CA, and that's it for him. So we're gonna go right over here to Greg. Now he's pulling against that case back, and I believe he's got to beat a distance of 240 feet. Now we've seen these CAs over the years pull well, including the one at Sagertown. There he goes. He just gave her heck. It's almost like when he pulled back on that throttle, Nancy got an extra ice cream. Oh, he's moving well. Oh, he's moving well. He's up in the front, and that's okay, because he's moving forward. That's going to be it. I don't think he went 240. We're about to find out. Oh man, a foot and a half. A foot and a half. Good pull, nevertheless. There you go with a 66 row crop. I think we missed one pulling earlier, so we won't miss this one. This one's pulling well. It's a speed demon too. It doesn't only pull well, it races well. Let's go back to the 66 because he might be going to Lowville too. Up, yep, up in the front, lighting the loafers, bouncing like a basketball. There you go. All right, here we go. Looks like a Massey. And that's the guy that just pulled the Minneapolis Moline. Or kid. Yeah. That is Lil Massey Ferguson just buzzing along. Yeah, he's spinning a little bit there, but bouncing again like a basketball, and he's digging, and there you go. He let him bounce and gave him the red flag. Lane, we got a Farmall Super C, and we will see if it can make us seasick. And look at the smoke he's just a throwing. He's a throwing and going. I remember this tractor from last year. Yes, I do. And he pulled well, too. The old Hollis Chalmers. I don't know if that's a D19 or what it is. You pumpkin heads will know. Yeah, it looks like a D19 to me. decides the distance tonight to be. And with his momentum, he's going. I mean, that's a pull there, man. That's a pull. We'll catch a Super C coming by. He's a leaning back. I think he's having an epileptic seizure in the seat. I mean, all right, and in the far lane, it looks like a Farmall 450. Now, one thing we've learned about paint, it can fool you. That could be a 400. COVID cough. It's a hoax. I'm alive. All right, 450 it is. You heard old Rattlemouth up there say it's a 450. That guy don't shut up. I'm about to go give him $100 just to shut him up. There you go, and he's putting along. Of course, he's going to have the torque amplifier at his advantage. And a lot of John Deere guys are like, oh, well, I don't have a torque amplifier. Yeah, it's called engineering. Ahead of our time. Going. We saw him pull earlier with the Super MTA. And I'm surprised that the 450s that much more tractor that it's, I don't know, 2 weight classes up, 3 weight classes. It's got to be at least 8,000 right now. He's going. He hasn't touched the TA yet. And I don't know why they wait till they almost die. It doesn't make any sense to me. Use that torque amplifier when you got momentum going, and then it'll work better for you, in my opinion. At least it does in the field. We got another Farmall here. Bill Seesky with the straight pedals on there. And he's doing well, creeping along. He's not skipped a beat either. And he's got those half-moon rear weights, wheel weights on. Spin to win, he should right brake about there. Yeah, he did. Yeah, that's gonna do it. There we go, narrow front, Super MTA. And these have become super popular in the pulling community, as they should be, because they do well. Other than the fact that, well, he just pulled that TA back wisely when he still had momentum. He didn't wait till he stopped to pull it. I don't know what gear he's pulling in, but without the torque amplifier, he was done. It was over. Pulled that back, that's going to give him at least an extra 120-foot pull. He's going and growing. Farmall. You're good. There you go, and that is a mean pull. And he ain't stopping for nothing. Oh, that could be the pull of the night, folks. And I can't figure out why the sled didn't move much, but must be the way they got it adjusted. We'll find out how far he pulled. Look, I think he said 301 feet. All right, we'll catch this Super 66 going by. 3,500-pound division. bright lights. He's going to the city. You know, and the thing of it is, I don't get why people hop off the sled right there at the end. I mean, I realize it's only 150 or 200 pounds difference, but it does make a difference. Here you go. Cockshut 30. Farmall wide front. I don't know if this is the Super M. I can't see that far, but it's a slow and steady win in the race, I guess. But you know, John Deere comes out like that slow, and no big deal. Farmall comes out that slow, and it usually don't bode well. But we will see. Yeah, and that's a Super MTA. Pulling well, you can see he's got the rear, the drives deflated perfectly. And boy, I'll tell you, I've never seen a Farmall pull like a John Deere. I mean, he hasn't skipped a beat. And he hasn't touched the torque amplifier yet, so. It's his pull, he's pulling well. Well, somebody got the speed buzzer. I think he's getting ready to hit that lever right there. Bright lights, Farmall. Red power. Well, that's a whale of a pull over there. I mean, I'm going to wait and hear what he pulled. It's got to be close to 300 feet. Okay, 292 feet. So he's shy about 8-9 feet from the best pull of the night, but that's up there. Well, we'll keep the red power rocking. Got the narrow front coming down to Delaware. Looks like a 60 series. Ooh, when he hit that lever, it just sounds right, looks right. There you go. Listen to that belly bass. They had the recall on the final drives. $1960 on, they were done at the factory. And I'm willing to bet that one's been done. He's spinning. That's going to be it. Probably high 80s. Yeah, well, 280 is what he got right there. Well, there it goes. All right, we got a Minneapolis Moline in the near lane. Far lane, I'm not sure what it is. Could be a John Deere 70. Not sure, but it looks like a 445 Mini in the near lane. We'll see when it gets closer. Okay, it's a 60. There you go, the Mini just come out of the gate. We'll shift over here shortly. Female contestant. We're going to come back to this Mini real quick. It's a surgeon, but I'll tell you what, it's surging forward. No sign in sight of it stopping. Yeah, that's set up like that, no doubt. Well, that's a 335. Boy, she's just a boogieing across there. $275 on the John Deere 60. We'll find out what she got here with the 335 Mini. There you go, 227 feet. That's good. That's a good pull. I think the furthest one on this side here is 255 or 289. 289. That was also a female contestant. Well, here we go in the far lane with another 60 series, and he's pulling out of there. He got the cowboy hat on, so you know he don't plan on going too fast. That sucker will be flying right off his head. Toupee and all. Hat, toupee, you name it. 6,500, so they are dropping in weight. Starting biggest to smallest. We're not a long way from seeing Greg the Polar Fuller. Yeah, and there you go. That is a 60 series. And I know where there's a 460 diesel for sale. And it looks like a nice tractor. He wants $4,500 for it. And he says, if you want to pay less, go get a gasser. That made me laugh. He's right though. This is pulling well too. He's leaning. And we got a Farmall H coming in the near lane here. We will shift back momentarily. Assuming that 60's not going to go to Lowville. Oh, that's a good pull there, man. Real good pull. That's going to put him about 290s. Here we go. First Farmall H of the night, and he's getting it. Sounds great. Looks great. Is good. Farmall. Thunderous beast. Got about a 3-foot straight pipe coming out of there. I think he said 4,000 pounds on this H, and man, he's getting everything it can. We'll see if the sled guy hops off or stays on. I know it don't sound like much, but get somebody a couple 100 pounds hopping off, it might make a difference. And I gotta tell you, that's the furthest pull I've seen tonight in this near lane. There you go. I think he said 260. Excellent pull. Well, here we go with last year's champion, Greg the Polar Fuller. And he's gonna hook up. I don't know, he kind of downplayed the tractor a little bit, saying she ain't running right. But we saw this tractor last year about the same time, just about pull off the track. And I asked, I said, did they have to stop you? He said, no. Okay. He's going to be getting the green light momentarily, and he just did. And he's burning coal. The Polar Fuller, he's also a subscriber, and he pulled this weekend. So he got the rust blown off. And he's leaning back just like last year. He's a leaning. Oh, and he ain't stopping for nothing. I think he hit a good spot there, and he's going to end up going off the track again, maybe. Nope. That'll get him about 290 feet. We'll hear here in a minute. Okay, 281. Well, he's not going to win it this year, but that should place him. All right, and the Penn State all. That's a Farmall H. We first saw this tractor pull at Albion 2 years ago. And it pulled again last year here and then again in Waterford. So we'll see if we can get it. He can get it done this year. That last H had a heck of a pull, so it's going to be a tall tale. And it did pull better this year than it did last. But that won't get it done. 278. Yep, there you go. And there's Greg the Polar Fuller. Yeah, we got another Mini coming down the Delaware. Slow and steady, winning the race. Now the cat's out of the bag in this lane because I think there's been a 300-foot pull already, so. There you go, he's a leaning back too. These Minis are really out pulling my expectations tonight, but they pull well. He's up in the front. He's still going. No, he just abruptly stopped. 313 feet, and that is the longest pull of the night. More red power. That's your Super Amp narrow front. No torque amplifier. Rated at about 45 horsepower. Old Farmall. Red power. That's just how they pull. They go mean like that and then just stop, just like he did right there. That's a typical Farmall pull. He leaned forward just a little bit. We'll find out what he got. That pull 249 feet, okay. That's not going to get him much in that class, but good pull. All right, WD-45 coming in the near lane. Last name Kimmy in Wattsburg is probably going to do well. Goes a WD-45 right there. Narrow front. I'll tell you one thing. I don't know what percent oxygen's in the air right now, but we're breathing in some fumes all night long. And boy, that's just pulling nice. We'll see. from the wheels that slip to the wheels that grip, and he ain't slipping yet. And that front end's still down, so. Oh, he's moving, man. 313's the distance to beat. And that's gonna be close. I'll bet that's 300 all day. So we'll hear here in a minute. 312. Missed it by a foot, but that was still a good pull. Well, here's one we haven't seen tonight. That's a John Deere A in the far lane. And he's putting along like they do. We've seen enough of these Johnny Poppers pull over the years to not get too excited for him to stop, because in 100 feet again, he'll be doing that same speed. They're dropping weight classes in the far lane, and in the near lane, they're gaining weight classes. So there you go. The old A-ski. Pop, pop, popping. And in this near lane, we got a Oliver. Yep, he might even pick up speed. That's the way they pull, man. He's still going. I mean, he hasn't slowed down at all on that A. That's pretty incredible, to be honest with you. Track might be drying out a little bit. Got a little breeze tonight. And I'm stirring it, turning it. I believe they said this is a 66 diesel. Nice looking machine, nice sounding machine. Burning coal. There you go. Sounds good. A nice pull. I think he said 315 feet, so that's going to be the best pull of the night. I'll tell you what, you want to talk about some thunder. That Farmall's putting it out. I just saw lightning in the sky. We ain't going to hear it over that, that's for sure. That's the belly base. And man, is he moving. Oh, he's getting it. That's a mean pull right there. He's up in the front. But it don't matter because, well, he's spinning right there. That's a good pull. Come back here, I believe we got an 8. Zoom out on the situation. And he's going and growing. He's going to need at least a 311-foot pull to place. Got to get to that cone minimally. And it doesn't look like he's there. No, didn't quite make it. Good pull though for that tractor. There you go. Farmall M versus Mini Moline. Slow and steady wins the race. see. Again, in this lane, you're going to want 312. Surging and splurging. If it's surging, he's splurging forward. That M's still going strong over there. He hasn't skipped a beat either. Try to keep them both in focus. Oh, he's going nuts right there, man. Now he hopped off that sled. There you go. 323, that's going to win that. And that is the furthest pull of the night, so, yep. Well, we got a Johnny Popper coming down to Delaware, but next, we got the cock shut. The worst half of that couple. Old Johnny Poppers, man, they rock slow, they rock steady. There goes that real nice two-tone Farmall M. Come back to this John Deere. That's going to be, looks like a John Deere 50. And that does make sense since we're going down in weight on that side. We got a Minneapolis Moline coming up, a female contestant on the pole is right. Based on what I just saw, she's going to need to beat 323 feet, and there she goes into view. First time we've seen her pole tonight. Goes the Farmall H. Well, there's 300 foot, and the guy just hopped off the sled. And she's up and away and down, but I can tell you that pole probably won it. There you go, 342, longest pole of the night. She just won it. Well, here we go on the 40. We'll see if he can rock steady. He's gonna need to. The 40's definitely got it in it. We saw this tractor pull, I believe, in Sagertown. And we will see it pull in Waterford again, I believe, next week. And then maybe even the week after that in Albion. But right now we're watching it in Wattsburg. And if he can stay at that pace for about another 200 feet, he'll win this class. Go, good looking tractor, sounds good. Puts the time into them, gets them right. No shortcuts, no corners cut on this. He's rocking steady. We got a John Deere 1010 pulling here, and I've never seen a 1010 pull, and it is pulling pretty well for the size and horsepower. Frankly, can't be 30 horse. But we'll go right back to the cockshut 40, and he hasn't skipped a beat. He's still rocking just like he did coming out of the gate, and he must know that tractor very well. He didn't look any more worried then than he does now, so there you go. Still going and growing. And yeah, he's still moving. We got this 1010 coming by, and he's still moving with that 40. Every inch counts at this stage. We'll find out what he pulled here. They'll announce it shortly here. Sounded like 272 feet, which I think in that weight class is going to be all right. Well, you wouldn't know it by looking at how it looks, but it's a 1948 cockshut 30. There you go. Still 30. Now we know that John Deere in the other lane needs to be 272 to outplace the cockshut 40. But right now we're going to focus on this 30 and see how it does. In this Tractor Tuesday premiere. Big lights. Walking steady. 4,000 pounds. Ain't playing. She needs to make that cone to win it, but anything shortly before it'll place her. We'll see if the guy hops off the